Factor. When I was in 8th grade, a kid transferred to our school named Tim Busen. He was Todd James' cousin, if that gives you some context. Tim Busen shows up, and this guy has swagger like you've never seen. We are in Mr. Williams' 8th grade social studies class, and nobody, you do not mess with Mr. Williams. If a teacher has a buzz cut, you do not mention with them. General rule. Tim Busen is in Mr. Williams' social studies class, and he has his feet up on his desk. You're like, this is not going to end well. He has his feet on the desk. Mr. Williams comes by and says, Tim, what would your mother say if she saw you with your feet on the desk? And Tim Busen says, Mr. Williams, she'd say to me, where do you think you are, son, school? You know what I'm talking about, the Busen factor, right? You're laying in bed and you have no Tim Busen factor that day. And you're just replaying that, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. I just should have said to them, well, yeah, drop the mic. But instead you went, maybe in an email I could be more coherent. And it's just and you're laying in bed replaying that. And I am, 2 days later, still replaying this conversation. And I am still, I could have said this, I could have said that, and I'm running errands. And going to this place, going to that place, and I go to get gas. I'm standing there at the pump, I put it in my car, still replaying, and I realize that I have, like, I can't seem to shake this thing, and it's bringing me down. And then I get in my car, and I leave the gas station, and I learn there's this huge sound, like a pow, like an explosive sort of bang, and I learn then the sound that your car makes if you drive away from the gas pump without taking the hose out. Yeah, it is not a sound you want to hear. So I'm pulling away and I hear this bang, like an explosion, and I look and the hose is just sort of laying there on the ground, and then I discover what mark a gas hose makes on the side of your car, and that flat thing is all bent, and I get out of the car, and it hits me, you have shame. Because my big joke with my wife is I'm unembarrassable, because I'm unembarrassable, but I realize you're embarrassed. You have shame. That's your problem, shame. Your worst fear, we all want to appear intelligent, respectable, wise, informed, and you don't feel like you were wise, intelligent, respectable, and informed, and it just so happens that the conversation was recorded and was put on YouTube and has like 500,000 views. So that's just what happened, and you have shame. And I remember walking back to pick up the hose, and like it all comes clear, and I have this thing sort of invade my heart. You're okay. You're okay. The worst thing that can happen happened. The thing that is the nightmare that you would never want to happen, it actually happened, and you're here. And you're not only here, you're fine. You have today. And then you're going to have tomorrow. And then you're going to have the next day. So this whole giant edifice that the ego has constructed, which is what you do if you don't want to appear like that, you think that you appeared that way. And guess what? You're still here. Sky that spews colors. No way! And you're going to have a kid. And this kid's going to be part you and part him or part her, and just unbelievable. No way! And you're going to experience this piece of music. No way! You are going to have olive oil on bruschetta. Oh, if I were to tell you about all the things that you've experienced in your life that have blown you away and made your heart soar, and I were to tell you about those things way back here, you would be like, no way, no way, no way. Oh yeah, sunsets, no way. Chocolate, no way, no way. We're going to get up in these metal tubes, and they're going to like take us around the world in the sky. Come on. Yeah. You wouldn't believe me. That's going to come out of a point of infinite depth that is infinitesimally small and unable to be seen with the human eye. Yeah, it's all going to come out of that point. Now, in an expanding universe, is something called omnicentricity. Every point is a center. So when you tell me, because you are a point of expansion in this universe,
when you tell me all of the things that aren't possible in your life, when you tell me all the things that could never happen through you, when you make long lists of things that could never actually come about in your existence, I laugh. I say, really? Because look what's come out of that point. What might be possible for you? Is there any way in which you have created all sorts of boundaries and limits in your own mind and psyche about what is and isn't possible? And you would tell me, well, that isn't possible, that isn't possible. I'd say, really? This whole thing actually has happened. What might happen through your center?
So part of it was just, I had a guy do a similar thing, a young guy with the book of Acts, where it was almost like a travel log. They went here, and they went there, and they went there. And with him, he was young, and he was preaching when I wasn't there, and I had to say to him, this is not a community where you get points for how many Bible verses you can use in one sermon. If this hasn't moved you, don't just use lots and lots of Bible to show us all that you're a good Bible guy. Literally, some preachers, young guys, especially in our church, I have to rescue them from overusing the Bible in passages they would never turn. They're telling a story about temptation, so they tell about Joseph, because it's in the Bible. You know what I mean? Like, I think you have a better story about temptation. And that's a funny story, but it's just so obvious what you're bolstering up your conservative Christian credentials, and that's not interesting here. What's interesting here is you have seen something, and it has shaped you and inspired you and helped you, and could you please show us this thing that you've seen? Because we would love to see it too. And if it brings you hope and light and joy and understanding, then just trust that your own sense of, check this out, we will come with you. You know what I mean?